A 1 year is about initiation, the new identity, fresh momentum, planting the seeds without harvesting, starting even if we don't feel ready. Who am I choosing to become? What do I want to begin? What am I willing to try without certainty? So grateful that I know about systemic mold and breast implant illness. Am I ready to move my pain into purpose? This is not about having it all figured out. It's about allowing yourself to start 1 foot in the 9-year cycle and 1 foot into this fresh new beginning. We've got this 9-year reflection, right? And celebration going into a 1 year. So from a numerology perspective, life moves in repeating 9-year cycles. And each year has a theme. Okay, not to limit us, but to give language to what many of us already feel. And how do you get to 1? Because it's 2026. So 2 + 2 is 4, + 6 is 10. So 1 + 0 is 1. Okay, so that's how you get to the number for the year. So 1 is a year of initiation. A 2 year is relationships and sensitivity. A 3 year is expression and creativity. You can go back through this, especially if you ever want to revisit as we move through. But I really want to kind of focus in on the 1 and the 9. So 9 is the year that we're finishing in this full 9-year cycle to go, oh my goodness, what was happening in my life way back in 2017? And a 9 year is around completion and it's around release. So a 9 year in general is around endings, integration, compassion, letting go. And the energy is honoring what has been and clearing the space. So we are finishing up a full 9-year cycle and we're finishing up the end of a 9. And then we get to go into an initiation year. It's all about new beginnings. It's about identity, courage, planting the seeds. And it's the energy of even starting before you're ready. So then how cool that we can be together today and go, okay, numerology, how do you calculate that, right? So for 2025, 2 + 0 + 2 + 5, so that's where the 9 comes from. And then 9 years of completion. So it's closure, it's harvesting wisdom, it's letting go, it's forgiveness. And so we get to use this time to go, what has shaped me? What has matured in the last year in 2025, but also in the last 9 years cycle? And also what no longer fits who I've become. And it's not about judging and it's not about anything went wrong. But, for me, it's like we always get to trust that everything's divine. So what I was thinking is if we started out just asking ourselves the questions, and you can even write that cogwheel on a piece of paper, but to go, okay, if each part of this wheel represents a different part of your life, and the rings inside represent your level of satisfaction in this area of your life, and you think over the last 9 years, just allow yourself to fill in the rings and go, whoa, on 1 to 5 of satisfaction, 1 being disappointed, 5 being fully satisfied. Like, how is this 9-year cycle gone in regard to finance, health, career, personal growth, fun and leisure, friends and community and family? But just to go, maybe you want to fill this in just kind of in contemplation around your 9 year, this year of completion. Because I don't know about you guys, I look at a 9 year cycle, I'm like, whoa, my finances have been a bit of a roller coaster. My health for me, has been continually just getting better. Family, can you give it a number? And just do your best to go, can I give these areas a number? And just allow yourself some time just to go, how is this 9-year cycle gone? Was my personal development different in this 9-year cycle than the one before? How did I build my friends and community? How am I doing with family, my career? How satisfied am I? And then when you're done, it's just like, wow, holy macaroni, so powerful. And there's going to be a lot of other journaling prompts to kind of dig more deeply in. So just give it a quick number. This is not, thinking a whole lot. This is not journaling a whole lot. Just give it a number. So then we go, okay, if you take your phone out and you know how in photos you can scroll through by year? just start looking through. And through the last 9 years, look at photos, places, faces, versions, and then start going through this and go, whoa, I totally forgot about this. And I think this is where we give it a bit of time. Like, I'm thinking 10 minutes just to give yourself time to go, huh, what are things I'm proud of in the past 9 years? What have been some stretch moments and lessons learned? And then, ooh, what's a limiting belief that I'd love to leave behind? And so 10 minutes goes by fast. So just go by year, go all the way back to 2017, and just allow yourself to scroll through and go, oh my God, I forgot about that. Like, what was important to you? What things were you looking forward to? And ask yourself, what are some things I'm proud of? And then you can go back to year, you can toggle between, and just to swiftly, like, whoa, what was happening? What am I proud of? What were some stretch moments? And what's a limiting belief that you can go, huh, here's what I was thinking. It's a good idea at this point to bless and release that, to leave it behind. People and places, jot down notes like, oh man, I forgot about that. What was important to you? How were you spending your days? Who was in your life? Deep breath. And what's changed in regard to what's important to you? And who were you being? Like, oh, where, if you think back at how was I thinking during this time? And was there like a consistent limiting belief that I really would choose to leave behind? What are some things you want to continue? What added value? Oh my gosh, there was a pandemic. How did you handle the pandemic? How did it change your life? How did it change how you exist in community? What happened to your marriage if you had one? What am I proud of? What did I do well? What changed? Who was I being? Just to allow ourselves to acknowledge 9 years were necessary, right? They've shaped who we are today. They've shaped our nervous system. They've shaped our discernment. They've shaped our boundaries, our clarity, our wisdom, our relationships. And to be able to go, wow, thank you for what you taught me. I release what I no longer need to carry without right or wrong or completion. Just to be able to go, whew, yeah. I didn't make it through the full 9 years. I still have more to go and I'll continue this. But just from what we've already looked at, to be able to go, huh, thank you for that moment. I was grocery shopping at the food bank, trying to build a business. Thank you for those moments where I had business partners that didn't go well. Thank you for my dog that passed, and I'm so grateful for her presence in our life, for all the time she was here. I realized it makes me want to cry, but like in the moment, it was embarrassing that it felt like my house was a mess with 3 young children and running a business and trying to do it all. But in the big scheme of things, I look back, who cares? Who gives a shit if my house was dirty? Like I was crafting with the children and we were having fun and we traveled and there were major injuries, broken bones, but also like, wow, I can bless and release that and honor that it's made me and all of our family members who they are today. And then we go into what a 1 year represents. So a 1 year is about initiation. It's about the new identity, the new direction, fresh momentum, and planting the seeds without harvesting. A 1 is about starting even if we don't feel ready. So the 1 year is that year we get to say it's the beginning of a new 9-year cycle. And whether or not you believe in numerology, even if it's like, what's this numerology thing? Still, what an amazing opportunity to ask ourselves the questions, who am I choosing to become? What do I want to begin? Doesn't have to be perfect. What am I willing to try without certainty? Knowing that I am that much more wise and I've lived that much more life and I have a whole new perspective and like so grateful that I know about systemic mold and breast implant illness. How would I have ever known that? What do I want to start? Am I ready to move my pain into purpose and go advocate and teach others? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's not what you want to do. But this is not about having it all figured out. It's about allowing yourself to start. And so what a cool time where here we are with kind of like 1 foot in the 9-year cycle and 1 foot into this fresh new beginning. To be able to ask ourselves these questions of what's something I want to change or improve going into next year? What's one thing I want to start doing, even if it doesn't feel perfect, even if it feels clumsy, even if it feels scary? That I'm wiser today than I was a year ago and 5 years ago and definitely 9 years ago. And what is this going to look like for me to really make the most of the potency and the power of a 1 year? It's the time. You know, one of the things that I hear most often, people come to me and say, Maraya, this brain fog, what in the heck? What is going on here? I want you to know that I've created a free resource just for you to give you mental clarity and help that brain fog go from sluggish to turn you back into the fierce achiever that you are, because the reality is there are long-term health consequences to just sweeping it under the rug. It's chronic stress. It's hormonal imbalances. It's the constant fight, flight, freeze, fawn. It could be gut health problems, right? Ignoring it can lead to really serious conditions down the road. So grab the free resource. Me and my team dietitian created an amazing, swift, simple, and actionable PDF that's accompanied with a call where we walk you through how to utilize it. It's totally free. So let's give you some solutions. Get the brain fog out of the way so that you can go be the powerhouse that you are. Please don't delay anymore. Grab the free resource and look forward to seeing you on the other side. It's the time for rebirth. It's the time for creative thinking. It's the time for planting seeds and to ask ourselves, what's something I want to stop doing for this upcoming year? And so keep going through photos and think through, oh, wow, God, I forgot about that. Like I can bless and release that. I don't have to vilify it. I don't have to bemoan it. I don't have to feel regret. Here I am today, and I'm proud of who I am today. And starting tomorrow, what's something I want to change? What's something I want to start doing? What's something I want to stop doing? And I put at the top, if emotions come up, just let them. If gratitude comes up, let it. If neutrality comes up, that's welcome too. But just allow yourself some time to just jot down. You know, God, I look at 2017, 18, 19. I was still running a network marketing business. And I love everything that I learned along that journey. I loved the depth of community that was built. I also really bless and release the kind of insidious nature of it, kind of like touching every person I knew. And just what does this look like for me to set different boundaries and to be in the place of trust that people will come. Like for me, if they want what I have, they'll come. I saw in the photos how important it is for our family to have traditions and to go, what are the traditions I want to continue? The Bonneville Salt Flats, our Christmas Eve tradition, our Easter tradition. What are those things that you go, oh, this is important to me? And wow, that business partnership that really did not go well, I bless and release and I thank her for the lessons learned there and how to use different discernment next time. You know, and I look at moments where I built deep resentment for my husband. I looked at the pictures of when my son broke his leg, and it's intense to say, but it was Michael's fault. And I had so much resentment for him. And also, how did that resentment carry through 9 years? And can I instead see patterns and choose to find my own center? Not finger point, not blame, but to really honor people's positive intent. Allow yourself to just to continue to look through. What am I blessing and releasing? And what do I choose? What is important to me? You know, I've thought a lot. Like Michael and I think in our marriage, we've kind of sacrificed ourselves for the sake of our children. And I have friends that I feel like sacrifice their children for the sake of themselves. And like, how important is work? How important is the legacy? versus really having that quality time with those that we love. That's my relationship with money. What's important here? What's my relationship with health and body movement and travel and legacy and ripple effect in the world? Like, who do I want to be? When we get to start planting those seeds starting tomorrow, what people are important? Who are those individuals that you see and you're like, man, I have not nurtured that relationship and I want to consciously send more love. I want to do more of that. I love having gatherings in my home. I want to do more of that, even if it doesn't feel beautiful and well decorated. And who cares? We get to create memories. What's important going forward? What do you want to prioritize? What seeds do you want to plant? Do you want to, Jamie, do you want to continue to do real estate, or is it time to do something totally different and new? How has your relationship grown if you're in a marriage or if you're single? Like, what's important to you? Do you want a partnership? Do you want a marriage? How do you want it to look and feel different? We're entering a new 9-year cycle. I'm so over my son's hives. Oh my God, that's more than 9 years. And keep in mind, it doesn't all have to happen right away. Maybe 2027, it's going to be relationships that are really going to grow. In 2008, it's going to be creativity and communication. In 2009 is all around foundation and structure. That's when the systems and the stability and the work and the discipline will show up. From a numerology perspective, it doesn't all have to happen at one time. You know, it's like we get to lift up to 30,000-foot view and go, right now we're in winter. But how many hundreds of millions of winters have happened on this planet? Like sometimes we get so micro-focused and like this day, this week, this month, this season. But to kind of zoom out and go, there are broader patterns happening here. And sometimes the minutia and the focus on the details can get so overwhelming and we lose the broader perspective. So what do you want to seed? What do you want to plant? What's important? And then just to allow yourself to go, what would this look like from the woman I am today and everything that I've learned? How do I make the most of a 1 year? Like, what are my anchors? Not my rules, but my anchors. What are my values? Like, how do I allow those to be anchors to go, this is what's important to me. This is how I make the most of my year. What's an aligned decision? What do I want to plant? I'm someone who honors my body, my truth, my creativity, my boundaries. One of the things I'm thinking a lot about is how do I stay centered and grounded and safe no matter what's happening around me? The people, the children, the money, the business, the community, the political environment. Like, how do I find my center? Those are the seeds that I want to plant. And just allow ourselves to be in the place of curiosity. Because my guess is you'll wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to go, oh, holy macaroni. There's like, that's when the creative energy is really going to start flowing. And it's going to feel like a rebirth. They go, what do I want to do? It's not magic because the calendar changes. It's magic because we get to choose again. Right? We don't have to drag the last 9 years forward to prove anything. We get to step into the next cycle lighter and clearer and more ourselves. And so all day today, that song, Love the One You're With, that kept showing up for me. It's like, wow, okay, what if I'm planting seeds of more self-love? My roots are deep, I'm grounded, I'm centered. No matter what people are doing, what they're saying, not saying, what my bank account is showing, my children are in the house, outside the house. What if it's like deep, deep self-love? That song, Love the One You're With, it's not about loving the people you're with. It's loving this. This is the one I'm with. This body. Like if I allow real liberation and real choice here, what do I want to plant? What do I want to seed going into a completely new 9-year cycle? It's amazing to look at how much has happened in 9 years. Who have you become? What people do you see that have come and gone? And what do you want to prioritize? What adventures did you go on? Where did you not go on adventures? Were you at the beach and didn't allow photos taken of you in a bathing suit? And now it's my turn to be in the spotlight? I'm a priority? And so what is that going to look like to make yourself a priority? Have you allowed big birthday parties for yourself? Have you allowed yourself to be celebrated? Is that something that you want to continue or change? Have you read books? Have you allowed space for journaling? Have you actually allowed the health to shift? I remember there was one Thanksgiving, we were living in Hawaii and we were having all these people over and there was a power outage. We're like, let's do it anyway. The turkey was in the oven. We had an electric oven. So then we brought out the wood burning stove. We brought out all the candles. Everybody came anyway. We brought out our camping stove when we did frying the turkey. And it was the coolest Thanksgiving. You know, in Hawaii, everybody is like transplanted there. So you pick your family rather than blood family. We had like 40 people over by candlelight. And it's like those memories are some of the most potent and powerful. I love this. Plant the seeds of, well, what is it that I actually want? Like, let me get super self-aware of what are the things that I love. And if I write those down and I plant those seeds, then the next time I am in a friendship or a relationship where I am forgetting, I can go back to, wait, these are the things. Like, I don't want to go rock climbing. That's not fun to me. And so where is there space to be able to, like, in relationships, do this? Like, you go do what you love, but then let's make sure that we still have a connecting point where we get to have our own thing. But I don't have to bend over backward and perpetually compromise myself because I'm in a friendship or a relationship or a marriage, or you're my child or you're my mother, whatever it is. Like, can I come from love and maybe I'm going to do this today because I care about you and it's important to you that I join you? But to ensure that I'm really clear on planting the seeds of what are the things that are important to me? What do I actually love? It's powerful. So what are the seeds that I want to plant starting this year regarding my use of technology, regarding what is okay and not okay? And can I just set the boundaries? And on that note, you can always go back at the beginning when you took an account to go, okay, here's where I am in these categories. Where would I love to be? And maybe you can reassess this. And just to perpetually remind ourselves, it's just a blip. Like, our amygdala, our reptilian brain, has been evolving for 500 million years. Our frontal brain, our neocortex, has been developing for 2.5 million years. 2.5 is a long time. And yet, in comparison to the amygdala, 500 million. Like, think about how many 9-year cycles, how many winters, how many births, how many deaths, how many moments. It's like, right, where can we lighten things up and trust that in the broader scheme of things, if you believe in heaven, if you believe in hell, if you believe in reincarnation, if you believe that this is just a part of your soul that comes into the earth school, whatever we believe, if you believe in God, like, it's another 9 years, which maybe is a long time. Maybe it's a blip in the blip. It's a snap of a finger. And so for us to ask ourselves, like, what seed do I want to plant? What's important to me in this breath, in this day, in this week, in this month, in this year, in this 9-year cycle, in this marriage, in this home, in this body, in this chapter of relationship, in this chapter of parenting? Such a cool opportunity. For me, it's like, yeah, I want to plant the seeds of self-love. I serve so much. I give so much to my community and my husband and my kids and my clients and my employees and my business. And like, am I really giving to myself? And am I allowing myself to love the one that I'm with? This